I've heard so mmany great things about this island here in the Philippines. It's been called the next Bali and is Los LeBlanc's favorite place in the world. So I had to give it a shot. My first time in this island that's gaining popularity all over the world, and I was shocked to stumble upon a spot that I've never seen from travel vloggers or influencers. I might have stumbled upon the island's best kept hidden gem. I'm Mickey Eva, and this is my travel journal. Welcome to Siargao, Philippines. I'll share a little bit about Siargao, how to get there, how to get around, where to eat, where to stay, the nightlife, and what to do. I'll also have all of the locations that I talk about in this video saved in the Google Maps link that I've shared in this video below. So if you find this useful, do subscribe and like so that you can help other travelers just like you. Getting to the island of Siargao is really easy. It's about a 2 to 2.5 plane flight from Manila or a half-hour flight from Cebu. You can book this through AirAsia, Cebu Pacific, Philippine Airlines, and you can also check out the description for flights to Siargao from Manila or Cebu. And getting around is quite easy. We opted to rent a car, which is about 2,300 pesos or about $40 per day. That does not include the gas, but you can always rent also a motorcycle or get a van, a transfer, or try a local public transport, which is really cheap in Siargao as well. Where to stay? We stayed at the Reef Beach Resort along Tourism Road. Staff were warm and friendly, and most of the hotels and restaurants that I would actually recommend would be along the Tourism Road, but there are a lot of the other sites outside of this main area, but you'll be fine staying around this area because it's convenient. There are a lot of restaurants and cafes. There are a lot of hotels, hostels, villas that you can choose from. So I would really recommend staying along Tourism Road in the General Luna town of Siargao. Reef Beach Resort is a mid-range hotel starting at around $100 or 6,000 pesos per night at the time of filming, and that affords you a really spacious room with a couch, a desk, especially important if you're co-working or if you're remote working like us, and a small balcony like this one. And travel tip, we usually find hotels that have a gym, a microwave, 24/7 room service so we can have food late at night whilst we're working. It's also a great bonus that right in front of the gym and the bar and dining area is this beautiful beachfront access that you've got all to your own. And during this time, I've got it all to myself, so amazing. But if you're not much of a beach person, check out Reef Beach Resort as well, because it has its own pool that is open till the late night. To book in the same hotel, do check the description and the link below. Reef Beach Resort, along with other hotel finds from affordable options to the more luxury or more expensive options, depending on your budget. The rate below already includes breakfast for two, with options such as Filipino breakfast like longanisa or tocino, and or American Western breakfast like corned beef, and that already comes with coffee, bottled water, and fresh mango. To be honest, the best thing about this breakfast was the mangoes. So if you'd like to check out the Reef Beach Resort, there's a description and a link down below, and you can book it right. There's so many food options along Tourism Road alone, and Siargao is definitely a food haven. For a first meal in Siargao, we surprised my partner to a place called Sev that serves one of the best ceviches I've had, and my partner's favorite is ceviche. Our version is called kinilaw, which is usually a fish marinated in citrus but also vinegar and some seasonings. We had it at Sev, which is highly recommended. It's just a 2-minute walk from Reef Beach Resort. It's along Tourism Road and cost about $10 or 500 pesos per person. So it is really good. For really local Filipino food, we tried out Sus Pastilan, which is this local carinderia or local canteen style restaurant. also along tourism road, because it had some of our favorite Filipino food, such as sinigang, tinola, sisig. So it is traditional nipa hut or kubo style menu, food really Filipino. And though it is a bit cheap at around 800 pesos or $15 for two people, I find it quite a bit pricey for the quality. And I'll also show some places where locals actually eat towards the end. And lastly, Bravo is my absolute favorite restaurant in Siargao. It was a recommendation by a friend and it did not disappoint. The restaurant itself is inside its own intimate little beach resort with its own little skate park, a shop for gifts, for souvenir like dresses, and it's just tucked inside the beachfront. Once you go in, you'll see this al fresco restaurant bar, and I just love the vibe. And it's great for couples, for families, friends, and the food, it's a mix of Spanish, Mexican, and Filipino food. It was really good. And the frozen margarita was so refreshing and strong. Like, we got a little bit tipsy. Siargao is also filled with lots of aesthetic coffee shops. An example would be Siargao Corner Coffee with their own house blend and this rooftop balcony area. Tropical Temple is another one, which has these cool looking Filipino architecture. Tropical Temple Siargao also has rooms which are quite affordable, and you can check out all of these places in the link below and the Google Maps that we've got. Nightlife. But if you prefer something stronger than coffee, then there's alcohol. And Siargao is also quite known for its vibrant nightlife, for its party scene. And one really cool thing about Siargao is that all these bars and pubs are in sort of nightlife community, right? And what they do is that they talk to each other, and one of them kind of hosts the big for each of the day, right? So that they don't kind of compete against each directly, people away from each other, right? So for example, one bar would host a big party on a Saturday, the other bar on a Sunday, and they would obviously shift that around. And some of the places that we visited include this place on our first night in Siargao that was recommended actually by the staff in the hotel beach resort. We had no idea. Like, I've asked some of my friends what's the kind of schedule for this week, and it was Lobo for this night. It was a small place with great DJ. The music was vibing, lots of people from all over the world and around the Philippines. It was really cool. However though, on night someone lost their phone. So not to worry, she did get her phone back and we went and partied again the night after. Another recommendation would be Zicatela. So it's this really nice open area, lots of people, again, really great music. Drinks in Siargao are relatively affordable. I'd say about 150 to 200 pesos per cocktail or per drink. Which is about $4-5, about $3-5 almost. And that's for cocktails. So beers can actually be cheaper, like $2 per bottle. San Miguel, which is, very highly recommended again for your nightlife in Siargao. We've got Lobo, Zicatela. Coco Mama was our last night in Siargao, and again, we had such a great time. They did have a queer night as well, so that was really fun. Coco Mama is very LGBT friendly, but as you will see in Siargao, it's a mixed crowd, people from different countries, races, soji, or gender identity come to Siargao, and what to do. There's so many places to see and visit in Siargao. Obviously, Siargao is a well-renowned surfing spot, so Cloud9 in Siargao is definitely a must-do. There are also Coconut View, and that's partly why we rented a car, so it's easy to go around the island to see these magnificent views, and probably also do a human drone shot like everyone else, if that's your thing. There's also the Yangban Pool, and about an hour drive from General Luna or Tourism Road is a port of Sugba Lagoon or Sugba Lagoon. It's the really nice area. You drive up to this port and then you take a boat ride into the Subat Lagoon, and then there you've got a few activities like cliff diving, jumping off like this one. We rented a crystal or a glass, a transparent kayak, so that was really fun. You can also do kayaking as a group and a few others. There was also food in the Subat Lagoon before, but at that time no food was allowed, so do bring your food when you travel there. We had a few chips, but that was about it. We were expecting to have some barbecue. However, on our way back to General Luna, we were driving across the western side of Siargao, and we were just hungry. Oh my goodness, now I'm actually hungry. We were just driving along, and then I was looking for on Google Maps somewhere we could eat, and that's how I stumbled upon one of the best hidden gems that no one has ever talked about in Siargao. Like, I've not seen in any of the travel vlogs, I've not read in any of the blogs, and that is the port of Dapa. So in the port of Dapa, there's also this area that I really like. Usually the port of Dapa is just a jump-off point to the other areas of Siargao, the Bukas Grande, East Bukas Grande, when you do the island hopping. However, don't miss your chance to to actually spend some time in this area, because that's where we found the Dapa Boulevard Park. So it's very typical of small seaside towns in the Philippines to have this small boardwalk. We also have this in Legazpi in my hometown, and it's just really nice to get the vibe around this area, get some looks. I would highly recommend that you visit the Dapa Barbecue Park. So the Dapa Barbecue Park is along the boulevard, and there's so many different options, and one of my favorite Filipino food is just barbecue. I mean, hands down, still my favorite barbecue in the whole world. And here you'd see very local restaurants, so quite cheap, and there's also live music playing. And again, this is the local culture that you see in the Philippines. Local Filipino singers who would be singing these songs live, serenading you throughout the night. It's just really great for the local vibe. We went to this restaurant. One is on a perfect location. They've also got the second floor, so you can see. And we discovered this really nice area. Fruit shake was fantastic. The barbecue was perfect. The sisig was way better than what we've along Tourism Road. And the staff were so friendly. We've seen what over-tourism can do to such a small island and lose all of its character. But with more people knowing about how to actually appreciate the local culture, food, music, then we can be a bit more sustainable with the tourism and make sure that we are able to support local people and local communities and their livelihoods rather than big businesses and corporate brands. And hope that's been really helpful. This is my first travel video, and we are doing more travel around the Philippines and around the world. Do subscribe to get notified for the next video. After Siargao, we are traveling to Bohol, another island in the Philippines, about central Philippines in the Visayas region. And that's also really exciting for the beach, the nightlife, and the great local food and culture. So that's a wrap. That is our Siargao trip, and I hope you enjoyed this video and took away some of the recommendations and tips that I've got for you. Again, all of these will be in the description below. You can book some of the hotels, flights, things to do in Siargao, and I hope you found that useful. So again, this has been our Siargao adventure. I'm Mickey, and this is Mickey Evans Travels. See you next time. Bye. Bye, Siargao!